Peacemaker Season 2 has hit the ground running with a fantastic Episode 1. Can't wait for Episode 2. We got our first look at the weeks ahead trailer, and I want to talk about it. Before we go any further, I just gotta say, the opening dance sequence, I wasn't sure what to expect, but this killed me. That is fantastic. Hey everyone, this is Digital Charcuterie. My name is James. Thank you so much for stopping by. If you're new to the channel, like Peacemaker, looking forward to the new DCU, hit that subscribe button. I'm going to talk about it all the time right here on the channel. I have my review of Episode 1 of Peacemaker that you can check out on the channel. I also have a full recap of Season 1 on this channel as well that you can also check out because I love this show, this character. The Suicide Squad movie is one of my favorite movies. I loved it, and I love what they're doing with Peacemaker, such an L-list character that they are escalating and elevating to an A-lister right now. But again, I said this in my review. I'll say it again. If you haven't seen Peacemaker, but you love Superman, they're very different. Obviously, this takes place right after Superman, as James Gunn has said. But now, if you have not seen Peacemaker Season 2, Episode 1, hit that pause button, go watch it, come back here 44 minutes later. I'll talk to you then. Because we will probably go into we're definitely going to hit some spoilers on that episode because it's kind of impossible not to spoil when you're talking about what's going to happen in the weeks to come. So with all that out of the way now, pushing it aside, I want to talk to you a little bit about what came out on the weeks ahead trailer for Peacemaker Season 2, and it looks fantastic. We get the whole revelation now of what what Peacemaker has done to himself from another dimension, from another universe. He has murdered himself, and he's telling Adebayo and Vigilante about this, and they're very confounded. Vigilante, of course, has a very different mentality on it. He's more curious about whether or not there's a version of him out there as well, and you'd have to suspect that there will be, but the way this alternate universe kind of feels is it's almost like Bizarro World. So you would think that Vigilante over there might just be a nice, clean-cut, innocent being for what it's worth. Also, you see more of his brother and more of his father and the top trio that they have formed, the superhero team that he belongs to with his family, which is in Episode 1, that's what he wants, right? He wants to join the Justice Gang. He wants to be a part of something. He wants to feel like he's a part of something. He wants to be bigger than just what he is, just a joke. And now in this universe, you see he is part of this trio, not just with random other metahumans, but with his family, with his brother who he had murdered in his universe, and his father who he also had murdered in his universe. And they have a nice relationship there. But the way this goes, you see some action set pieces with the top trio in it, and I think I don't think they're all what they seem to be. I don't think there's a whole lot of good, and I think they pose as heroes, but there might be something darker and sinister under there, because I think ultimately what it's going to come down to is what rings true in the main universe rings true in alternate universes as well. Like it's the same underscore. That's kind of what I'm feeling. I could be completely wrong. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. How do you think they're going to play that out? Because I do think something sinister is at hand there. I think somehow he'll find out that no matter where he is, his family is not necessarily his family, and the 11th Street kids, that is his true family. I think that's where we're going to go. Again, I felt this season, I said this in my review, but I feel like this season so far anyway has been all about trying to find yourself, who you are, and not just Peacemaker, but the whole gang around him, like who they are, what is their purpose, and they're trying to find a purpose in now the DCU, and we're going to get there by the end of it all. But so I kind of feel like his father and brother, the top trio, are not going to be the heroes that he thinks they are, because even Peacemaker himself, obviously, he'll take out as many men, women, and children he needs to in the name of peace, and that could ring true very similarly in the other universe where you're doing good, but you're not doing good. It's a darker good, and they could take that to the next level. Whether or not they set up the missions that they're on, I don't know if I'd go that far, but I feel like there will be something more sinister at play with the top trio, and we're going to learn about that as it goes on. We also got in this one more from Rick Flag Sr. in his hunting down of Peacemaker, him and Tim Meadows. I cannot wait for Tim Meadows on the show. Tim Meadows is fantastic, and I think he's gonna crush it. But he's hunting down Peacemaker. He hires Tim Meadows to oversee him, and now they got to find the interdimensional rift that's going on, and Peacemaker's the cause, and he wants to track him down and find that. Interestingly enough, the Weeks to Come trailer does not have any focus on Rick Flag Sr. and the Rick Flag Jr. relationship with Peacemaker, where the trailer going into the season did, but this one doesn't have that much. It just mostly is about the interdimensional rift that's going on. They have to stop Peacemaker and find him, and Rick Flag Sr. goes to hardcore. He's going to end up, I think she's going to be the ultimate one that's going to do it. She might have ulterior motives, right? You rub my back, I rub yours, and that's why she's going to do this for Rick Flag Sr. and getting Peacemaker back is to become part of Argus and be welcomed in a role once again. But he also goes to Belle Reef. He goes, I need to seize a prisoner at Belle Reef, which could be Judo Master, because we know Judo Master is back. He's in the trailer, and I can't wait to see what he's got to bring to the table in this season. But what if it's someone else? What if it's somebody that is not from season one? It could be a Creature Commando. The Bride is a possibility. Dr. Phosphorus. There's several characters from Creature Commandos that could make an appearance in there. We know that James Gunn has said there's going to be cameos this season, and he's hinted towards it a lot. I don't know if a Creature Commando would make sense in this, though. Like, what would their relationship be with Peacemaker, unless there's something else, unless they have to do with the interdimensional rift, which, one of those characters might work out there. We could talk about that another time. But what's it going to be? The one of the ones that I'm feeling like could be, he needs to hunt down Peacemaker, and he could go after someone who had been rumored for quite some time to be a part of this season, and that's Huntress. Huntress, of course, is not a typical villain, not really a villain, anti-hero, maybe a vigilante kind of thing, but will murder if she wants to murder. And there's been rumors and speculation that Pom Klementieff will be playing the characters. There's also a rumor of a spin-off series of Huntress in development that could be coming, and a lot of speculation has been given that she will be in season 2 of Peacemaker, as she was spotted on the set with James Gunn. Now, her and James Gunn are obviously friends. She did have a cameo in the Suicide Squad in the club scene in Corto Maltese. She's in there very briefly. She's just coming out for these Mission Impossible movies, but her and James Gunn have a very, very fond working relationship. He mentions her quite a bit when he talks about people he loves working with. There's Cena, there's Pom, there's things like that, where these are the characters that he loves to go back, actors and actresses that he loves to go back to and work with. And the other speculation is that they were going to make this character half Korean, half Italian, which, is this part of, I think that's where the speculation started from with her playing this. So we'll see how they develop that and bring that in. But that's a character that, as soon as they said it, I was like, oh, maybe that's how they're going to work Huntress, and why is she in Belle Reef? I mean, it could be a number of reasons, but once you're in there, you're kind of in there. Like, Waller's not going to let you go for nothing. But why she wasn't a part of Task Force X at all, who knows? Maybe Waller just can't manipulate her with maybe, who knows? These are questions for another day. But that was somebody that sprung to the front of my head, like, oh, what is this? But ultimately, it seems like this is all about the interdimensional rift. Then, of course, Peacemaker. Then, of course, Rick Flag Jr., getting that storylines out of the way. But where this is going to set up the DCU in the future, and I think most of that might actually be with Peacemaker possibly joining the Justice Gang towards the end of it, maybe starting his own Justice Gang, Justice Society, something at the end of this series. Maybe he doesn't join the Justice Gang. Maybe he's beyond that. Who knows? I don't really know. But James Gunn casting Sean Gunn and just as Maxwell Lord for the Justice Gang feels like maybe that's where we're going. But that's also very obvious. And this show doesn't always, season 1, I can't speak for season 2 obviously yet, but season 1 didn't really focus on the obvious. It kind of would do twists and turns. I'm curious to see where the twists and turns of season 2 are going to take us. This looks like a lot of fun, though. The rest of the season coming up. If you haven't seen it, you got to check it out. The upcoming weeks, unless you don't want to be spoiled with anything, then of course don't. But it kind of just sets up like, okay, this is the aftermath of what we just saw, where Peacemaker kills himself from another dimension. And now he's going to assimilate himself in that other dimension and take on that life. And in his dimension, the people there are going to have to go find him and bring him back, because there's probably grave consequences also for interdimensional contamination, I will say. But I can't wait for this. I can't wait to see where we're going. I love this show. This is fantastic. Peacemaker's just become one of my favorite characters. And it's all right, everybody. Those are my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate your time. Hit the like button, subscribe button. And until next time, may you be the master of your own universe.